If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. My boy! Yo, what is good, y'all? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are back with more Ace Attorney, but before we dive into that, I gotta address something. Unfortunately, I did end up recording a portion of this video without my audio by accident. I didn't realize it until almost halfway through the video. For all my people who haven't seen it, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to upload a separate part of the video where it's literally just my walkthrough of the game up to a certain point. And then for my people who have seen it, I'm gonna upload the actual part to the game. Like, you know how we do parts, obviously. It'll be with my commentary added to the silent bits after the fact that I've played them. And the reason why I'm doing them separate is so that the people who haven't played through the game can just watch the gameplay, you know, without having to, you know, see all of the extra comments and stuff like that I make that may spoil something later on. But for people who have played through the game, people who do know more about the story and things like that, if they want to see my reactions, they can get them in those little commentary bits that I'm going to stick at the beginning of this video here. So I'm not going to stick too long on this subject. Just know that I will go ahead and drop a timestamp below if you want to go ahead and hop to where it's just my raw reaction. Feel free. If not, I'll let you guys go. Again, this is a mistake on my part. I'm sorry. I'll make sure I'm more vigilant in the future. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the video. All right, so this is where we start out here at Wright and Co. Law offices. We are just going over the details of the case, yada yada. Just getting some details on the next steps and what to do next. I'm just reading, so this is really all it is. All right, and then this is the conversation with On Guard. So my first impression was I didn't realize that we were just going to be going over the same details. This is nothing new for both new people who haven't seen the story and for people who are watching it through my perspective for the first time. So we'll go ahead and skip through this. It's no new information. It's the same questions from before. So then we move to talk to Old Bag about what we're doing here, what's going on. Okay, and she's just in here yapping, just talking it up. Okay, so up until this point, basically what's happening is, so from the beginning of the episode, what I did was I was going through just trying to figure out the next best steps. We talked to Pearl a little bit, just kind of getting our bearings straight. Going into talking to Old Bag here, we learned that there is a secret that she's keeping from us about Corrida and his career that we have no idea about. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, so what exactly are we going to be doing here? You know, just in terms of like figuring out what it is. How are we going to get to the bottom of this? Because at this point I'm seeing 4 locks. These are 4 psych locks, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, please. I mean, there's more to come, but like 4 psych locks already off jump, right? All right, so then we move and we talk to Lotta here, right? So talking to Lotta, right? Lotta didn't really have like a whole lot to say past like her. Okay, so that's not true. She did have her camera stolen. There was a note in it on the tabloid, right? And she was there to get a scoop on the story, right? Because we did see in the last episode that she was already there because she was talking about getting her story in. So we know that there was a little bit of something else going on. There's another piece of the puzzle here that we're not too sure about whether or not we're getting the full extent of it. Oh yeah, I forgot. She also has psych locks too. So at this point, I'm like, dang, there's six different psych locks, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna get to a point where I'm like gonna be able to finish this episode in a reasonable amount of time. No, but more than that, I just going through these psych locks are stressful. Even though I know you don't have to restart the whole episode over like you do in the court session, it's just so, or not episode, but the whole like you know, segment over like you do in the court session. It was just stressful knowing that I have to figure out to get. I was like, I know I'm gonna have to get so much evidence in order to be able to get through this. So I'm stressing already at this point, 12 minutes in, but more secrets and pressing in on more information like that. Nothing too crazy. It's just going in and trying to case her up. And then here's where we meet one of our prime suspects, you know, one of the people who could potentially be the person who did it, right? And this person is Adrian Andrews. She is the manager of On Guard. He is the manager of On Guard, of Matthew On Guard. And what we learned from her is that she was actually having dinner with On Guard before the press conference was going to happen and the winner was announced, right? I think. Doesn't matter. The timeline doesn't really matter too much. We'll get back into that you know, in the next part. But basically she was having dinner with On Guard, left, and then at some point came back, and then that was when all that stuff was happening with you know, Coretta and his body, whatever. She wasn't with him the entire time, is what she's saying. She puts up a very strong front. My first reaction is like, bro, she definitely seems like very stoic. I don't see how, like, I don't know. She doesn't seem like the type who would be like lose her mind and like kill somebody, right? So I was a big fan of her when I first saw her. I'm still not weaned off of her because of later reveals that we'll get to, but it was pretty interesting seeing her whole like demeanor and things like that on first appearance. But this is me just basically pressing her and figuring out more about like who she is, where she was doing that night, and then so on and so forth. Yeah, and also this is also another detail that I actually forgot to talk about right here. So this part right here, I've showed her the press conference ticket, and she was like, yeah, that's right. I was, because she went to go leave to help organize this because she thought that it was something that he had announced, but it wasn't anything that he actually did. And she then says, you know, I actually didn't really know much about it. I was just helping out with it because the press management team, whatever, was helping her or was telling her to do it. So instantly I was like, this is kind of strange, right? Whatever. For the most part, it's not really important. And then, yeah, right here is when I find out she's got more Cyclops based off of, you know, asking her about why someone would want him dead. So she keeps up these locks, or puts up these locks. At this point, I have 10 locks, bro. I have 10 locks to get through. There's no way this is gonna happen in a timely manner. At this point, I'm probably at, what am I? I'm 22 minutes into recording. I'm like, they want me to find all of the evidence to get past this point. So yeah, and then we end up going into into Juan's room right here. And we just find a photo of him where he got stabbed, right? There's also this wine glass and this tomato juice. And keep in mind, this is what's in this wine glass right here, I believe. And the guitar case right there. And they talk about how bro was stabbed to death and how they're looking at the fingerprints in the lab. And yeah, so that's pretty much it there. And then I just go through evaluating the tomato juice. I also have the guitar right there that I think I look at in a minute. Yeah, Pearl also noticed something really interesting too, that everything was scattered all over the floor, like just chilling on the ground right there. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of strange. That is kind of weird. My first impression is somebody might have doctored this up, but I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't have too much proof or evidence about it. But yeah, and also notice how, yeah, when I looked at this guitar case, right? This guitar case ended up having some water only on the lid. And I was thinking in the video, I said it out loud in the video, I was like, hey, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but it makes sense that somebody would have done something and then stolen his guitar. Don't know what the reason would be, but that's what I'm thinking when they say that the lid is only closed or is only wet on the top part. So definitely something occurred there, but then that remains to be seen too, because it's like, why would this be here, right? Begs the question, doesn't it? So anyway, I keep going through and I'm just looking through here, nothing too crazy, just kind of investigating the area, honestly, at this point. And then this is where Franziska comes in. I feel better knowing at least, yeah, it wasn't too crazy. There wasn't much going on here, but oh yeah. So we do have this autograph here that we did discover. So here is a piece of paper here, obviously with an autograph on it. It's actually Juan's autograph, who I thought was Leon. It was a hilarious moment in the video. I wish I got it, but it's got Coretta's autograph on it. And so we're like, oh, that's interesting. And it says, to my dearest Wendy, right? Yeah, I can't think of anything else that was actually important about this. I don't think it actually leads anywhere super crazy. And then we talk to Will, who then tells us more about the Steel Samurai, or the Nickel Samurai series, about how he just talks about the plot a bit. I don't think it's really too interesting, but for the most part, what he's basically saying is the Nickel Ninja basically is about these three, or has a huge plot. It has like a romance plot to it where there's these three ninja brothers who were like in love with one girl, or friends, I forget, who were in love with this one girl, and they form this like kind of like Y, you know how like they have love triangle, Y triangle, not super not super important, at least not to the plot right now. I didn't get any key evidence from it. But then he goes on to talk about the jamming ninja, about how this ninja couldn't really, this was Corrida's character, right? He wasn't able to really do anything. He just was like, he wasn't really much of a ninja, but he could sing and he had a talent. So that was what he did. Again, not really too crazy on the details there, but, and then he goes on to talk about how he has a crush on Adrian Andrews. This is also not really super significant from what I gathered. For the most part, he's just going over his like feelings on her and things like that, which I mean, it's respectable. It's pretty respectable, you know. A man pours his heart out. You want to listen to him and make sure that you're, you know, you see eye to eye. That is basically the whole conversation. There's not much else to talk about here either. I think for the most part, the biggest things that come up to this part is that we're getting more details about the backstory of these people, right? As always, as we always do when we're doing these investigations. So he's also spilling the beans on some other information here. So he wants me to look at a tabloid, and this right here is a reaction I wish you could have gotten. Well, it kind of, this was actually kind of a weak reaction. It gets better later on, but it says, to the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. So this is tabloid written about AA, right? And Power is basically alluding to the fact that this is about, what's his name's manager, bro? I keep forgetting his name. On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews. So yeah, so that's basically all that they're talking about here. Is going over, you know, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. This is some information that we never knew about Andrews before. It's just gossip, and you know, so that's basically all it is there. All right, and then this is the part of the video where I actually did end up catching on to the fact that my mic wasn't working. So you'll actually hear my audio from this point forward. So again, you missed nothing super crazy, super pertinent. Everything that you saw was basically very introductory level. Now is where things start heating up, and you'll actually see a lot of my reaction. So I'm actually happy that I caught it when I did. But anyways, go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank y'all. No way. No way. Bro, I just realized my mic was not on. I literally looked over just to make sure. 46 minutes in. That's insane. Oh, I gotta be more careful about that. All right, let's move to the hallway. Viola hallway. I'm so thrown off now. I'm so thrown off. Let's go to the hotel lobby. Let's talk about what you witnessed. Okay, yeah, she's tight-lipped, bro. I'm so worried. I'm so worried I didn't catch any of what I said on camera, bro. I'm like actually stressing here. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It'll be there. It'll be there. All right, let's press her first. All right, let's hit her with the Magatama. What you got to say? What you got to say? All right, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please tell us what you saw. But oh, what a waste. In here, I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you youngin's expense. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? All right, I'll give you what you want. What do you mean? What does she mean? What does she want? Oh, the autograph. Here we go. That's one's autograph. Yes, it is. And it even says to my dearest Wendy on it. That's me, right? Right? My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right? Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, I know. Well, then how about an exchange? Here we go. Thank you, Juan, bro. Thank you, Juan. W1. My offer isn't good enough for you. Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag, ready to open her heart. Off my dearest. Let's go. Bro, I really was not finna sit here and argue with this old bag of dust. Autograph given to Wendy, dearest. Oh my gosh. So what did you witness? I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Vaughn's room. You're kidding. No. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to toilet, minding my own business. And? Did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more. Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for that part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. But Mr. On Guard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about the details like that. I know he did my poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken. A yellow-bellied chicken? Oh, save that for the 1960s. I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did it. What did Mr. On Guard ever do to her to deserve this? Right? Oh my gosh. On Guard's past. What did Mr. On Guard do to make you so... You don't know. That guy, he framed my Juan. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick! What is it? What's a scandal? Oh, I'll tell you about it after we get home, okay? Poor Juan, he led astray by the wiles of the vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean? How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearl? So, Miss Oldbag, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose. His own manager, but why? I thought the lawyers were smart. He was trying to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. On Guard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Ugh, of course. A tabloid. Next week, doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it? Okay. Wait. Profiles. Let's see what she has to say about her. Same old, same old. Alright then. Alright then. We should be good. Let's go back to the hall, maybe? Okay, nothing here. Let's move to the hallway. Okay, we can probably talk to her now. Let's try it. Alright, Lotta. You got 2 of these locks, and I'm gonna break them. Big scoop. Alright. Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I, for my scoop? What I want to know about are the details of the scoop. That's not something I could tell you. I mean, that there's my bread and butter. Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm gonna say that you were looking into a scandal. Ugh. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Coretta and this person? Ooh. Let's go. Yo, we're doing crazy work right now. This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Matt on Guard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught security meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? Let's go. You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make any old thing up and it'll make the papers. I don't know why I couldn't say that. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, what's that called? News sauce? You mean news source? That's it! So show me something that shows that Juan guy had something to do with Miss Andrews. Oh, bro. Evidence. Boom. Easy, light work, baby. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A.? Ah! Mr. Coretta didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Miss Coretta's door last night. Ugh. Let's go. 2 unlocked successfuls, bro, in a row. We crushing it today, boy. Big scoop. You were looking into Miss Coretta and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching them in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What you just say? Her initials were AA. What kind of vague thing is that? Ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. So that's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh, I'm gonna whip up some of the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading, then spice up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, Lotta, nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know, but the paper I wrote it on, my note to myself, it's gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story, didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with these people now anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone don't steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Okay. Tabloid article about the victim was in the case. Okay. Adrian is looking really crazy right now. Adrian is looking really crazy right now. And as I say this, I'm about to go talk to her fine ass right now. Hey, what's up with you? Let's talk about your motive for murder. Present. All right. Let's see what you got to say, Miss Andrews. Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You were not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. Do we have anything to... You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe in such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see, however, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corrida? As if there was ever such a need? Did you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake? For this? Do you really still not understand? What? It's not in my nature to enjoy doing things for others. But you're a manager. It's called a job. I am in charge of Mr. Engard, the star, not Matt Engard, the man. Oh, and you were not my client. What? Is this my subtle hint to go home? But I know you must have had a need to get close to a victim. Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corrida? As if there was ever such a need. Did you... for the... Whose freaking sake? Whose sake? Who would she do this for? This makes no sense. We might be missing something here. If so, this is frustrating, because I thought I had everything. For Corrida's sake? Maybe? No? Bro. Did you get close to Miss... Who? Will? No, Will... Give a damn about Will, bro. He was over here, like, daydreaming about her getting with Corrida. For yourself? Alright, bro. We gotta back off.
One eternity later.
Oh. Okay, I didn't see that this was open. So there's more options. I didn't... This is my fault. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back. Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. Let's talk about it. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. Two? And both of them are in this photo. Okay. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. Engard. Yep, I found it in the folds of Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one is the knife in his chest. Val, the fingerprints on the knife in his chest to be exact. Fingerprints. Whose are those? You didn't have to ask, Little Missy. It's obvious. They're mad on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. Thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well, and I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it out, pal. She saw Mr. On-Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way! Okay. We're pretty invested in this a bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Corrida? But why? Well, 3 years ago, a woman committed suicide. What? Suicide? Her name was Celeste Impacts. And she was Juan Corrida's manager. Whoa! The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impacts was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor? A woman who was both Mr. Corrida's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about it, pal? Yeah, bro. Talk to me. Don't do that. She was the victim's manager and she was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 3 years since the suicide and now these two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence? Oh my gosh, again? I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma! You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? You know, I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait, please wait, sir. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll stop... Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Who? That voice. My boy! My boy. Let's go. Edgeworth. And he gets his theme song? Come on, bro. Bro gets a crazy... This is aura entrance. Like, bro. It's been a long time, right? This person... This is Mr. Edgeworth? What am I gonna do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Franziska. You... How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? I hear you were having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you, never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Bro. Still the same wild mare she was, as always. Okay, tomorrow's trial. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Mr. Nick, I gotta give him like anime main character, like Naruto to Sasuke type conversation, bro. This is the energy. I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you gonna run away? Are you gonna run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What's that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth. Why is man talking like the main character right now? Why are you talking like the main character right now? Bro, all the aura that Phoenix had got sucked out of him, pause, and went straight to Edgeworth in this entire thing, bro. I'm literally playing as Phoenix, bro. I wish I was Edgeworth right now. The truth. In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Just what is going on inside his head? Proof of Von Karma blood. A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred Von Karma was still my mentor, and a perfect win record is proof of a Von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases? Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? Why stand in court? Well, with Franziska, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client, to save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there is still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Hey, bro. I hate you, bro. I hate you. I love you. I love to hate you, bro. Why do you come out of here out of nowhere talking like the main character? You got me feeling like I'm the side character. Like I'm running on a hamster wheel. Damn it. All right, then. Nah, bro. We gotta, like, talk a little bit, bro. Like, what you been doing, dog? Here, I'm a lawyer. I'm still a lawyer. Okay, well. No use to talk about useless evidence. Yep. Hold on. Let me keep showing him this. Please, Edgeworth, give me your wisdom. I must know. You know something I don't. Please. Edgeworth. You don't understand. This is exactly the energy I'm feeling right now. Ooh, here we go. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. Yes, sir. We're looking in leads, but we can only look into a few key players and limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy. Okay. Okay. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? And what is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. There is an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? Well, that's pretty common tabloid farce, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. Okay. Right. I hear you. I just want to know what you got to say, bro. Wait, hold on. What did he say? This seemed different. Okay, no, it didn't. Hold on. What you got to say about Maya? You know she got kidnapped, right? The same girl that stood with me in the courtroom last game, she got murdered, or not murdered, she got kidnapped, right? I'm not losing another sister. Never. I just want to know what your input was, but now that I know where your head is at, I'll just... Oh, here we go. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corina's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impacts died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes, but there is still one riddle we've yet solved. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Interesting. Okay, so okay, cool. Missing suicide note. Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone else had hidden it. The suicide note? But how do you know how Miss Impact's even written such a note? There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? That was crazy. That was crazy. Okay, I wanted it for his reaction. I forgot that will be moved out of the thumbnail. That was a crazy scream grab. I'll give it to y'all. Okay. What? Oh, bro. He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note, but why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Why only part 1? Bro, we gotta get this. I don't know. We might not use this screen grab, but like, bro. Okay, I think we have everything that we need now to go talk to... What's her face? Let's go to the Viola Hall, the hallway. Let's go to On Guard's room. Ooh. Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here. That's not good. I still have a few questions I wanted to ask her. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right? Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll have to come back later. Are you serious? Bro. Right when I finally get my answers? Now, hold on, slide. Make sure nothing's different. She might be tampering with the crime scene a little bit. I don't like it. I don't like her sliming around here. Oozing her too good for you attitude. Wow. She really disappeared. Will you listen to this? I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, the reports that have multiple parts like that. That has two. 2 parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. Wait, why didn't you just give me 2, you chode? The attempter's name. It's Adrian Andrews. Miss Andrews, what did she do? She tried to kill herself. She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she really like. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent. Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Okay. What? Hold on, I gotta listen to this back. 2 parts. What you just handed me is... This is crazy. Okay, so it was just... I'm going over it twice because I'm also tired right now. I'm trying to make sure I'm getting all the details right. But okay, this is crazy. Okay, that was what we were missing. That's why we couldn't talk to her yet. The game would not have let us progress. That is good to know. That is good to know. Oh, Adrian. Adrian. Damn it, where did you go? Oh, dependent at. Oh, wait. That might be why. I feel like... Okay, hold on. I'm definitely missing something. I'm definitely missing something here. Hold on. Bro, how did I miss this? I missed this. Dependent nature. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she... Oh, damn it. Hold on. Her pillar of strength. Her mentor, Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to the grave? After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Shock from Celeste impacts a suicide. Whoa. Alright, now we can go talk to her. We about to slide in. Oh, Adrian. Oh, here we go. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. It looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Girl. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard. Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting. Little girl. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I'm planning a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was the receiver. I feel really sorry for the poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Well, how did you even get a tracker on him? What is going on, bro, with you? You're weird. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? Alright. What are those two what were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Okay, let's talk. Didn't mean to click that. I meant to actually summon the Magatama. Okay. Court record. Court record. I'd like to hit you with a Magatama, please, madam. That's right, we have to do this. Alright. Let's get through. Let's do it. Let's do it. We get it. Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. Okay, well, we know. But that's a lie. You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. Did you even have half your wits about you? You wouldn't believe such rubbish. Or had you had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. That's right, we've already been to this. You did this for this person's sake. Celeste Impacts, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Yeah, Miss Impact. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. I got you sweating, girl. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you can find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way your suicide was resolved. Due to... Damn it! I messed up. Hold on. We gotta get... I know it. I was like, it has to be one of the notes. I thought maybe it would be the shock that would show her that she was unsettled by it. That's literally what I was thinking. Hey, maybe if I show her that she was shocked by the fact that her mentor was dead, it would show that she was not at ease about it. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hit her with this. Also, oh, we can't save. It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corrida. Juan? And, Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corrida. I've sat quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give, however. I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was somebody very special to you. Bro, we are hanging on by a thread here, boys. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade, if you will. You've always searched out people on whom you could depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop! When Celeste passed away, so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Carita of hiding Miss Impact's note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with the reason to want Mr. Carita dead. Me? Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died, and you would do anything to find out why she was killed herself. Or yourself. Even commit murder. Murder? Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. We did it. Okay. Not yet? You said wait till the court case is done? I got you. We gotta get Maya back first. And then we can, you know. Motive for murder. It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all of that, though I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews, this one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm being a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had given in her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Carita. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Carita to recover a suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposefully add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. Message! 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 But, as far as the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. Still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. All right, I understand. I'll keep it a secret. I'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is this? What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. I don't remember something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Okay. Bro, I have no idea what to even do with this information right now. Like what? The pieces are not piecing. Well, I think we've gathered about all that we can. We gather about all that we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she all right? Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Put her down for a nap? Put her down for a nap, bro. let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no, I'm okay, really. I'm fine. You don't look fine to me. Let's go back to the office. Like, who are you kidding? Who do you think, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm Phoenix Wright, ace attorney, part detective. Let's go back to the office. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to recover the victim's body. Clever. Beep. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Oh, here we go. Hello, Courtroom Wright and Co-Law offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her to this whole time. Whew. Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis. Maya, damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis, what does she mean by that? You know what she means by that. It's time to get me up in here. Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. That's right, because we can channel her through Pearl. Here we go again. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. Let's talk. Maya's situation. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer her phone at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her. Okay. Oh, bro. Here we go. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. What the? If I don't do something to the door first, I don't think I'll be moving anywhere. Alright. Trat, it's locked. Bro, my neck is killing me. Y'all ever be popping your necks, bro? But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then, click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. There we go. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. Hey. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. Okay. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it, the shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. There might be a key. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Look at you glazing even in the middle of a situation like this. This is crazy glaze. All right, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it. Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried. Oh, that's where we ended at? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Bruh, so is she just wandering out here? Why did he call me then? Why did bro call me? He just said that she never left his sight, so what is he capping for? Alright, we gonna figure it out later. We gonna have to figure it out later. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for today's episode. This is an interesting turn of events. I will say that, at the very least. For now, we've got a lot of information that we're gonna have to figure out how it applies to literally anything that we're doing here. My first instinct, especially in this situation, is that, again, cases in Phoenix Wright like to build off of each other, so I'm assuming we're gonna see a lot of different layers to this, as per usual. And I mean, there's a whole separate storyline with Maya getting kidnapped that I think I I just don't even know where that's gonna go. We have the trial tomorrow. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff lined up, and it's a bunch of uncertainty, and I got to get this right on my first try. Day 1 trial. I don't think we're getting any additional parts to it after day 1. I don't know if this is day 1. It's part 2-1. It says trial, so we'll see. We'll see, my brothers and sisters. If you did like this video, please make sure that you leave a like and subscribe. Hit that alert notification bell so you always know when I'm posting a new video. You can also hop over to the Discord. The link will be in the description below. You can jump in there, have some discussions about the game. You'll also be notified of when I'm not only posting a new YouTube video, but also when I go live on Twitch. We're currently playing Chrono Trigger, so if that's something that you'd be interested in watching me play, we go live pretty much every Sunday. If you want to go watch that, please make sure you go ahead and, again, follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube, hit the notification bells, and I will see you guys on the very next video. Love y'all. Peace.